A man. A jungle. For years. No voices. No food. No help. Only the terrifying waves of the ocean. And one feeling, that survival is almost impossible. Now imagine. How did someone survive in a jungle, not for 1 or 2 months, but for 4 long years? This is a true story of Alexander Selkirk, a man who was left completely alone and had to fight nature, fear, and his own mind to stay alive. This story begins in 1704 when Selkirk was standing on a ship. There was fear in his eyes. Something was wrong. The ship was breaking apart. The wood was cracking. The cracks were growing. "This ship will sink," he shouted. But the captain did not listen. Anger turned into fear. And then he made a decision. A decision that would change his life forever. He demanded to be left on a nearby island. At that moment, it felt safe. But in reality, it was the beginning of a nightmare. The ship stopped. He was dropped on the island. A gun, some tools, a little food. And then, they left. Selkirk stood there watching. The ship slowly disappeared until it was gone from sight. That's when he realized this wasn't temporary. This was forever. Night fell. Darkness swallowed the entire island. Strange sounds came from the jungle. Selkirk sat still, holding his breath. His heart was pounding. He couldn't sleep. And slowly, days passed. His food ran out. Hunger forced him. There was no other choice. Either he learns, or he gives up. He chased wild goats across dangerous cliffs. Every step was a risk to his life. He built shelter from wood and leaves. He made fire, his only protection. Slowly, he began to change, but the island was never kind. One mistake, and everything would be over. Storms came suddenly. Strong winds destroyed everything. Rain poured like the sky was collapsing. Many times, he felt this was his last moment. Every day was a battle. But the greatest enemy was not hunger, not storms, not danger. It was loneliness, a silence that pierces the ears. No one to talk to, no laughter, nothing at all. Selkirk started talking to himself, just to hear a voice. Days turned into months, months into years, and slowly, loneliness began to break him. Then one day, something changed. In the distance, a ship appeared. His heart stopped. Was it real? Or just an illusion? He ran, with all his strength, waving his hands, shouting, "This is my last chance." If they didn't see him, he would be lost forever. Finally, they saw him, and the ship stopped. Selkirk fell to his knees. After 4 years, he had survived. When the sailors reached him, they were shocked. A man, in a wild state, wearing animal skins, but alive. Selkirk returned to the world, but he was never the same again. His story inspired the famous novel, Robinson Crusoe. But the truth is, the real story was far more terrifying. A man, against nature, against time, and against his own mind, fighting alone in a strange place, for 4 years. And in the end, he survived. Tell us in the comments how you liked this story on our channel.